Hello and welcome to A Real Blogger vs. Alex Inc. Episode 6. I'm your host, Pokematic, and first off, I just want to apologize for last episode, Episode 5. I just finished binge watching 5 episodes of Alex Inc. I was tired, and I was filming every episode in succession. It was kind of hard on me, but, whatever. That's just part of the game of being a real-life blogger. And doing this as a passion project. But whatever. Anyway, episode 6. It kind of did some things right. Kind of. They touched on some actual problems that bloggers face and kind of tried to handle the actual ways in which they do try to address them. Okay, so the two problems that we have, and a third one with the kids that isn't at all related to Alex's little startup and little pet project sort of thing. Yeah. So his assistant, she is a little strapped for cash. So to make extra money, she is an Uber driver or a Lyft driver. I'm not entirely sure which. Probably didn't get either of them. It's probably a nondescript ride-sharing service. But anyway, she is one of those ride-sharing services in order to drive her to get more money. A little spare money. Because money's tight. And they don't have any money yet because it's a startup business. And that is true. That is an actual problem that real-life bloggers run into. Myself included. I don't really make anything off of what I've been doing for 9 years. That's why I have a day job. But that also brings up the question of why do you have 2 employees? If you can, I get that they're like the investors and whatnot. But again, when you are a blogger, when you are a podcaster, when you are doing this, unless they are direct talent on the show and are directly doing this along with you as you are directly doing this, there is no reason to have them. Unless you are actually sort of trying to make money and actually are making money, you don't need these guys. They are an extra cost. Sure, they are actually sort of quote unquote helping from what I can see, because you got the cousin, he I guess is sort of good with promotion. Same with like the producer lady, but again, all I just really kind of see them are them being friends and just kind of hanging out and screwing away and pissing away their money in this office building, which I forgot to talk on this. When this first starts out, this episode, we have it where the assistant lady and the cousin are at the house with Alex and his family as they are having breakfast. So this could have been done at the house. I saw what could have been. It could have been that the Alex's home life and personal life are getting in each other's way because they are forced to share the same space. That's what this could have been. This episode just showcased the potential of this series. And now I cry a soft tear as I watch them throw away that potential in the efforts of trying to be quote-unquote professional. Because that's what people come for podcasts to. But yeah. So, Alex, I'll get to the assistant lady's conflict later. I just want to talk about Alex's conflict and the kind of conflict that he had. So, Alex gets invited to guest on this radio show. I'm guessing it's a satellite radio show, given the topic that they went into. And how the wife said that it's pretty R-rated, and you can't get R-rated on terrestrial radio because laws, but you can get fully R-rated on satellite radio. There's plenty of explicit channels. I've listened to some trying to find interesting talk radio concept, and it's just like I came across some that are just very, very, very explicit. And that's kind of what this radio show I got the vibe from. They worked within the TV-14 limit of the show, but I could tell that the kind of show that they were trying to do and trying to give everyone the idea of is one of those Sirius XM radio channels with the radio show that has the XL before it. Anyway, Alex goes on it in order to promote the podcast. And the radio host doesn't want to have that, but apparently he's a big enough name that she wants to have him on. Now, with this, I don't know what I should really make of it. I don't know if this is trying to tell me that Alex's podcast is big enough now that he's getting recognition, that he's getting invited to do collabs and whatnot with these radio, with terrestrial old media radio, or that this terrestrial radio is so desperate for getting guests that they're going to invite on a no-name guy just to try to get a little something out there. And I'm not sure which exactly to make out of it, because both of them are, well, the one is a pretty believable good one, and the other's a not so good one. But you'll end up seeing what it is, because honestly, she doesn't want to talk about his little podcast. She wants to just get some juicy sex story from him, and that's where the conflict comes in. And then with the wife, I want to say her name's Deirdre, but I don't think that that's correct. Anyway, she gets angry at him. She has the problem where it's just that his podcast is taking over their lives. It's being so invested in them, and it's all that he can do. It's a startup. When you do a startup company, you generally have to put a whole lot of work into it. And also you get a whole lot of things where you gotta just make family sacrifices, I guess you could say, and just really put your all into it. But then again, this is a podcast. I do this in my free time. I do this on the weekends. Alex could do this on the weekends, I suppose. But, maybe it's because that he wants to be a big boy player, do this big time, that he has to really focus on this kind of night and day and really kind of treat it like a business. I don't really have any reason to believe why he should be able to be treating this like a business as opposed to not a hobby, but let's just run with that. Let's just say that he is big enough now that he is that this is really a successful business venture. At least successful enough that it's kind of sustainable to the point where they aren't just straight up bleeding money. They're just barely breaking even. And maybe running at a slight loss, and that's why the assistant producer isn't able to get a paycheck and she has to drive ride shares in the spare time. Let's get into her story, because there's a lot in her little story. A lot of fine little tiny details that you're going to miss. That you might miss. You might just not see them. So, her company invites her in to do a promotion of Alex's podcast. Okay. I mean, that's what the radio lady that had the R-rated radio show wanted him to do, and she did plug the podcast a little bit. But what happened is that they invited her back to her old job in order to do her old job and maybe make some more, be an on-air radio personality. Because they saw that she needs the money. Why didn't you take the job? This is just a passion project. This is a hobby. Alex doesn't have any real actual throughput. He doesn't have any actual product to show. If he's bleeding money like this, which again, why aren't you filming at home? Why are you wasting money on this office? then why she didn't take the job. Because you can do two things at once. Sure, you can't be as big of a producer, quote unquote, to do the Alex show. But again, weekends and after work, weekends and evenings. That's when I do my stuff. Granted, I'm not trying to be professional about it, but I'm doing a bit of a project right now. It's kind of a big project that I'm starting up that it's probably going to take me months to do. And I'm allowing myself months to do it in order to meet a deadline. But why am I not? I'm doing this in my free time. I'm still able to hold my day job, but I'm not going to harp on that. Let's just assume that she needs to be at this job. She needs to pick one or the other because both of them are like actual jobs. We see them in the office. There's all sorts of different problems with the office. Of dogs breaking in and knocking over the fancy water. Of that no one has the bathroom key. Of that they have problems with the printer. Last time I'm going to say this for this episode, I promise. Why aren't you filming at Alex's house? Open bathroom, no dogs, and you can have your own printer. Maybe this is a company printer, but the vibe I'm getting is that it's a communal printer. All these three things you wouldn't need to worry about if you were filming at Alex's house. Okay, but now, here's where we get to the big thing. She sort of, quote unquote, takes the job back in order to do some stealth advertising, some stealth promotion of Alex's My Family podcast. When she gets on the air, she starts telling everyone about how she's working on this passion project, how the radio company it's just a easy, comfortable job where you don't have to worry about risks and you just kind of come in and come out, which is a true thing about running any passion project. When I've done eBay and when I do this, I have to always kind of think about it. I can't just come in, work 8 hours, and then go home. No, I do that with my day job. But when I'm doing my hobbies and I'm doing passion projects and I'm being manager, I gotta always kind of be there. I always gotta be thinking about it. But what she says, I can't believe. I just can't believe it. I honestly, how could the writers be so inept that they would make such a glaring mistake in the writing? Maybe I'm getting this wrong. Maybe, just maybe, I misheard her. But I swear, in her quick guerrilla promotion, that she said, coming soon to all your normal podcast download sites. Coming soon. Meaning it's not produced and not out. What have you been doing all this time? No wonder you don't have any money. You're not producing anything. You don't have any product to sell. Not only that, but then, how did that lady find out about you? I'm sure it wasn't that Richard Branson, whatever Shark Tank guy just promoting it again. No, she was just like, if you're just saying, wait for it, you don't say coming soon. You say where you are. That is what you do when you're running a podcast and when you are collaborating. If you are collaborating, you don't say, oh, I'm soon going to be on Twitch. I'm going to be on Twitch in the next couple of months. No, you say that you are on YouTube. You say, this is my Facebook page. You say, this is my Twitter page. You say, this is where I am. If you're not going to say this is where I am, then it is pointless and you are wasting your time. And again, just if she's saying coming soon, she obviously means that it has not been produced yet, which means that of course they're not making money. Of course she needs to be running a job because they don't have anything to sell. Yeah. Or it could be that she is doing an absolutely horrible job, and what she did, her entire conflict and her entire way of producing it was all for naught. Because if you're not saying directly where you are right there, where people can find you right now, you are doing yourself a disservice because people are not, here's how it works online. We don't wait around for things. We go there immediately. If we are going to iTunes or to SoundCloud or wherever to look for a podcast and it's just like, oh, hey, coming soon, we're just going to be like, oh, whatever. Oh, yeah, I guess I should come back here. And then we're going to forget about it. Simple as that. They've mentioned at times that they've like tried uploading things, which I think that was like episode 3 or whatever. But if she's not saying, here is our website, go to Ajin Jan, I can't remember what the name is. It's hard to pronounce or hard to remember. But if she doesn't say gohere.com or go to myfamilypodcast.com or whatever, then you are doing yourself a disservice and everything that you're doing is for naught because you're telling people to go somewhere that currently doesn't exist and then they're just going to forget about it. So, yeah. This episode had potential. It got better. And just in terms of all the writing and whatnot, actual like character developments and character problems, aside from the ones that are based around podcasting, it's all right. But again, whoever is writing this, whoever is directing it, does not know the first thing about being an actual blogger. Okay. This has been Pokematic signing off and bye-bye. Hey there, everyone. Welcome to my end card. So, yeah, this episode. It almost got a passing grade for me. It almost got a C. I still would have given it some marks down from the facts that they showed me what they could do. They showed me their potential, but then they just went back to squandering it away, and we're going to be going to this office space and whatnot and showcasing real problems that bloggers face, such as the fact that you just don't have any money coming in and you have to take on odd jobs and side jobs and day jobs in order to make it happen. And I'm just like, okay, you're doing it, you're finally getting this right. But then it did not just start taking the slow decline down. No, it took a vertical drop during that interview and that little self-promotion thing. Because the guerrilla marketing, okay. And collaborations, okay. That's a real world thing. But it was just that she treated it like it was some sort of upcoming show. Like Alex Inc. of we're going to start showing commercials, or the Mick of we're going to start showing commercials, or the Last Man on Earth, we're going to start showing commercials, or the Goldbergs, we're going to start showing commercials, or whatever of we're just going to start showing commercials. And it's just like, no. If you're on the internet, you don't promote things which are going to happen when you don't have anything to show beforehand. Because, yeah, I've mentioned some things. Personally, I try to keep myself from saying, like, hey, I'm working on this project. Get hyped, guys. Because I just know my work ethic. I have a tendency to just kind of let things fall off. And I don't want to get people too excited for something that just may not end up happening. The project that I hinted at, that yes, I am doing that. I'm working with some friends on this, and they're going to keep me honest. They're going to make sure that I actually go through with this, or they're going to call me out on it. So, yeah, that is something that I am working on, but just the fact that but I have other things to show for it. I have podcasts. I have this. I have my vlogs. I have my other things that I do. I do a lot of different things, different short films. It's hard to really categorize everything. But yeah, I have other things that people can do. So in the meantime, they're able to see what I'm doing. Whereas with this, when you say that, oh, hey, we're going to be coming soon, that means that you're not there. And that means that you don't have anything to show, which that is a real problem in terms of the internet space. So yeah, anyway, end card thing. So be sure to catch up on previous episodes of A Real Blogger versus Alex Inc., because I'm going into a lot of different details of things that this show does wrong and the real life equivalents of what you actually do. And I'm doing what Alex should be doing. He should be filming and recording in his walk-in closet. He shouldn't be at that office space. I'm going to keep harping on that because that is the most glaring flaw of this entire series. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like, upvote, buzz, or whatever you need to do to show your love. And if you want to see more from this, consider subscribing. I'm going to be uploading this to all my different channels because, why not? I can make a reasonable explanation as to why this should be on all my channels. So yeah, consider subscribing. And if you want to help support me, I've got a Patreon page where for just $1 a month, you can get your name up there in that little Patreon credit section, as I do with my other logs and series. If you're saying that you're here because of the Alex Inc. log, I'll give you a nice little special bump. I'm not sure what, but I'll give you a little special bump. And if Patreon's not your thing, I've also got a Bitcoin Faucet Road tier where you can get free Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and Dashcoin while at the same time helping support the show. Be sure to check out my website where you can find all of my current stuff. None of that future mumbo jumbo. I'm not going to be saying that coming soon to Channel Awesome, because that's not going to happen anytime soon. But who knows, with the current state of Channel Awesome, it could happen, but I'm not currently there. I am currently, though, at ccpnhgvideos.blogspot.com/2012, yeah, I think it's 2012, /home.html. Or you could just click the link below. That's much easier. All right, so I'll catch you guys later. Bye.